Hello friends and welcome to Top of the Stack MTG. So today, Wizards of the Coast finally gave us a preview of Magic the Gathering Arena, which is the new video game for Magic the Gathering. It's the new card game that you can play on the computer when it eventually comes out. And it was amazing. It was a blast to watch. All the work they've done looks great. I think it's truly going to be incredible. It's one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. A while ago, I made a video about what I felt like this video game needed to have. So I just want to go over the points that I made then and just kind of let you know how they did compared to what I wanted to see in the video game. It was really exciting. It was wonderful to see. Gabby Sparks was in it. She's from Chicago, which is awesome. It was really fun. It was really well done. It wasn't cheesy at all, which is great. It's a great thing to say for Magic the Gathering. They honestly did a really good job. Very high production value. Nice work. Okay, so the first thing I talked about is it needs to have a new look. It needs to look updated. It can't look like MTGO looks. And they completely did that. It's brand new. So it is a direct ripoff of Hearthstone, straight up. It's got all the noises. It's got all the art moving around. It's got the people talking. It's straight up just taken right from Hearthstone, which does not bother me in the slightest. Hearthstone is so successful, and Magic needs to be that way also. In the digital world, of course. They've got the paper world covered. It's amazing. But they need to get there digitally, and Hearthstone found out how to do that. And so Wizards of the Coast is going to do it too. And I think that's excellent. It looks great. It looks amazing. Any 14-year-old that comes across that game who wants to play a collectible card game will want to try it because it looks awesome. They're going to love it. They're going to love it. And the gameplay, of course, because it's Magic, is deep enough that they'll want to stay, which is incredible. Really great. So it looks awesome. They got the new look down really well. It is free to play. Totally free to play. They literally said, yes, you can totally play for free. You can obviously purchase packs, which is great. You can win packs also. They're going to also do... You can win packs by winning games, of course. But also, they said they're going to try to have other incentives throughout the game to get cards or packs, which is really fun. They can do weekly things and daily things. They're really on top of this. One thing that they really nailed home, they said this a lot, was this game is not finished. And we refuse to finish it until we get all of your input. So they've set it up so that they're going to have a beta test, and they want tons of people to try to get into their beta test. And they gave the little website address for you to do the beta test. I will put it up on the screen and just leave it up there so that you guys, if you want to go over and try to sign up for the beta, you can. Because they really want to know what we want this game to be. Because they want to make money. Of course. So I think it's really wonderful that they're even putting that out there. They didn't just release it and say, have fun. You know, they're really saying, sign up for the beta. Let us know what you think. What should we do next? Good. Codes on packs. Now, they did not mention codes on packs at all. People were typing in the chat, will there be codes on packs? And they never answered that question. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to put codes on packs, but I hope they do, personally. I want them to, but I guess it depends on how the people react that are playing. I feel like that's a bigger question than just what would make this video game more fun. You know, that's delving more into how successful is the paper game versus the computer game, and will it inspire people to buy the paper game, or will it drive people away? Or, there's interesting questions about codes on packs. So they didn't even touch it. And if I get in the beta, of course, I signed up, and hopefully I will. If I get in the beta, I'll of course bring that up often. I know everybody else will too. Everybody kind of wants that, but we'll see what happens, of course. So codes on packs, not mentioned. Multiple platforms. They said right now it is only on PC. And what they said was, we have used a very easy program to make this game. So it can go almost anywhere. All you need to do is ask. So hopefully that's sincere. Hopefully they really mean that. The minute they said that, the chat just went nuts with Mac, PS4, Mac, PS4, Mac, PS4. So maybe, I hope so. I know that that's a two-party situation. Not only does Wizards of the Coast need to want to put it on a Mac, but Mac needs to want to have it on the Mac. So that's a tough one, but I hope they do. I hope they're sincere about that, and I hope it spreads everywhere. Because the more places it's available, the more people will play it, straight up. So that's good news. It's cool. It's on a simple program that they can put anywhere if the demand is there. Collections. They didn't touch on this at all. They said straight up, we haven't got anything in there for trading cards right now. We know it's an important aspect of the game, and if it's something that you, the players, really want, we'll get to it. Once again, I hope that's sincere, because of course people will want to be able to trade cards. It's a very important part of the game, the paper game right now. So hopefully they'll look into that for trading cards and viewing your collection. Both those things are very important. Building decks. They had Gabby playing a pirate deck, and they had another gentleman who I think is from Hearthstone. I didn't know him. Playing a dinosaur deck. And both of those were from the new set Ixalan, although I really thought I saw a Planeswalker from Hour of Devastation. So it only uses new cards. They flat out said, right now we're only focusing on Standard. We might put other formats in the game later, but for right now, this is really focusing on Standard. And that worried me a tiny bit, in the sense that I don't want Ixalan cards to vanish off the computer when Ixalan rotates. What's going to happen to the Ixalan cards? Are they going to make a new format? Maybe they'll start doing Frontier, which would be amazing. Are they going to say, okay, Frontier starts with Origins, and we're going to put all cards from Origins on into this new game, and of course all this would be down the road. This is not now. Right now they're just focusing on Standard. So I hope that when Standard rotates, the game doesn't lose cards. I think that would be a horrible choice. People paid money for them. They don't just want them to go away. Even if they said, but you get credit for the new set. I mean, it's just stupid all the way around. Once you have those cards, you should just keep them, and you should spend more money for new cards. And they're going to have to find out something that they can do with those older cards, which hopefully means a new format, which would be awesome. Good. But they did have two decks that were built. Now, I didn't notice that they had two of the same mythic in their deck. And that's the big question for me. Are they going to hurt Magic by limiting it for this game? And I believe the answer is no. They literally showed that they had a stack. They literally talked about that you can turn on the ability to micromanage every detail of the game, what mana you want to tap, if you want to do things during your opponent's upkeep. All of that stuff is doable in this game. I cannot imagine that they would be that specific about it and then turn around and say, oh, no, you only get one copy of Jace because he's a mythic. I mean, that would just be crazy. I really believe this is just Magic, which is awesome. It's so great. It really looked great. And if that's not the case, I guarantee you the beta testers will go crazy. You know, they're going to say, we want 4 copies. I want to play the deck that I love with paper on this video game. Straight up. Support. I talked about how a game like this needs a lot of support, and these people seemed really legit. As I've already stated, if they're sincere, this is going to be amazing. Now, we've been made promises by Wizards of the Coast in the past, and they haven't kept them, specifically with the last video game that they just canceled out of nowhere after like 2 years or whatever. So, but I don't know. I still feel positive about it. I really think they were sincere. I believe, and if they take this seriously, it's going to make a ton of money. And that's going to speak volumes to them. If this makes money, they will support it. And at the rate they're going, it's going to make a ton of money. It's very appealing. It's fun. It's super fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. They're doing a great job of it so far. The last thing I talked about was I didn't want there to be a stepping stone into Magic the Gathering Online. I wanted all of these things to happen to Magic the Gathering Online, and I still wish that that were true. I wish that today they said this is what Magic the Gathering Online is going to look like in 4 months, because that'd be incredible. But they didn't say that. This is a completely different game, even though it does the exact same thing. Now, does that mean Magic the Gathering Online is in trouble? I don't think so. Maybe in the long run, maybe way down the road in the next 20 years, yes. But right now, no. Magic the Gathering Online has one huge advantage over every other video game, and that is a ton of cards. They've got 20 years worth of cards on that game, at least. And to create that volume of cards for this new game will take years, especially with all the flashiness that they're doing, with the moving art and the talking and all that. It would take years and tons of money. And that is just not going to happen. You will not play Legacy in this new game for years, if ever. It will not happen. So MTGO is probably going to be fine. It will probably only, if they stay true to everything they've stated so far, it will probably only be for people who want to play Legacy and Modern, I would imagine. And there's a lot of Modern, and Commander, right? Anything that uses old cards, MTGO has cornered the market, and MTGO will last practically forever because it has that corner of the market that nobody can touch. That Wizards of the Coast does not want to spend the money or take the time to put all of those old cards into this game. It would just be silly. So the new game is going to focus on Standard and hopefully eventually other things, while MTGO will probably slowly drift away from that and stick more to Modern and Commander. Now, originally, with that weird little chart that Wizards of the Coast put up, they were suggesting that this would be a gateway into Magic the Gathering Online, but honestly, I don't see that at all. If this game is as fun as it looked, no one will want to make the leap to that other game. There just wouldn't be any point at all. And as this game, over time, gets more and more sets added to it, both through standard and hopefully every once in a while, hey, we're going to throw this old set in, just for fun. Try to draft this or whatever. As that happens for this new game, it's going to become its own powerhouse. It's going to become its own thing. And it deserves to. It's going to make so much money. It looks so good. The devs seem great. I really enjoyed this, and I think it's going to do very well. I personally am going to try to start filming games that I play. I've been shying away from that a lot. Honestly, Magic the Gathering Online makes me a little bit nervous because you got to skip through all those things, and I'm worried that the other person is sitting there like, are you going to go or what? You know what I mean? It's tough. And this new game, because you can control how specific you want to be about the rules, depending upon which deck you're playing, you can say, I don't want to be specific at all. You can just tap my mana for me. I got a mono-colored deck. Let's just go. And you can just blast through games. So it's wonderful. I'm going to start trying to film games and maybe in the distant future try to start streaming, which is another great thing that this will do. It really is amazing. And you guys can see the video. I mean, it's probably the first thing. If you look for Magic the Gathering Online on YouTube and then just say today as your filter, just the stuff that was put down today, it'll be the top thing. I mean, it's super popular. You guys have probably already watched the video, honestly. Okay, thank you for watching. This has dragged on long enough. It's wonderful. I hope they don't mess it up. I was so pleasantly surprised. I think it's going to be great. And thank you for watching. I hope this was enjoyable for you guys. And hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and have a great night.